Hello you beautiful people, and welcome to week 21 pregnancy update featuring me, Leslie. Again, I'm still pregnant. So this past Friday we hit week 21. So we are on the downhill slide, people, and you know what? I think I am starting to feel more pregnant, so that's always fun. And my tiredness is back. That's fun too. But anyways, let me just start out by talking about I had an appointment this past week. Not really a scheduled appointment because my next scheduled appointment is supposed to be my anatomy scan. But this past Sunday through Monday, my ears started hurting really bad. So I called the doctor to set up an appointment for this week just to go in and get it checked out. The nurse said that she couldn't prescribe me any medicine over the phone because I needed to come in for the doctor to take a look at my ear to see what was going on. So they treated it just like a regular checkup, which was nice. You know, weighed. I don't like being weighed. Pee in a cup. That's getting harder to do, people. You would think that would be an easy task, but it's not, especially with a growing stomach. And I'm becoming more TMI as the videos progress, because you know what? Pregnancy is a very TMI type of a change that happens to the body. Number 3, got my blood pressure taken, 120/60. I don't know if I need to be sharing that information, but awesome blood pressure. Then they checked the baby's heartbeat. It was good, healthy, fast, pretty much how it's always been, in the 150s. So that's good. Then the doctor came in and we discussed, you know, how I was doing, yada yada, so on and so forth. Can you feel him now? Yes, I feel him even more when I'm sitting down or laying down, being still. And she explained to me why that was. She said during the day, as I'm moving, my body is kind of like a natural swing and it kind of rocks the baby to sleep, which makes sense. Baby sleeps about 14 hours these days. So when I get really still, he kind of, I guess, wakes up and becomes more active. So that kind of explains that, which it does make a lot of sense. So then we talked about my ear and she looked at my ear. She said that it looked like there was either the start of an infection or the ending of an infection. So she prescribed me some antibiotics and I've been taking those for the past couple of days to kind of help clear up whatever infection is going on in my ear. Which, by the way, I did tell her that in order to make it to the doctor's appointment, I've been doing this home remedy that Daniel had looked up for ear infections. You mix 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon of regular vinegar, add some water, throw in a cotton ball, lay down, put the cotton ball in your ear and just kind of let it drain into your ear. Supposedly the vinegar kind of helps clear up the infection. So maybe it had been clearing up since I've been doing that vinegar solution. It sounds weird, but it really did work. So just a little tip at home. If you, your children, husband, whoever has an ear infection, try the vinegar solution to see if it works for like 2 or 3 days, twice a day. I mean, it helped me out. My ear sure did feel better once I started doing it. Getting hurt. Then there was something else that I brought up to her about my finger, the tip of my finger. I would look down. This has been going on for maybe a week or so. It doesn't happen very often, but I look down and just the tip of this, I'm not flicking you off, I promise, this ring finger on my right hand, like from the top crease up, would turn purple, like I wasn't getting enough circulation. But the thing was, like, it wasn't tingling, and it didn't hurt. And whenever I'd look down and see it, you know, like I'd start moving it really fast, get the blood flowing in it, and you know, it'd go back to the fleshy color again, and it wasn't purple. So I asked her about it, and she said, "Oh, that's such and such." I don't even remember what she said, and I just looked at her and I was like, "Okay." And she said, "Yeah, sometimes your blood vessels can kind of spasm, and when they do that, it restricts blood flow. So as long as your finger's not tingling and it's not hurting, then it should be fine." She says it's common in pregnancy, so just don't worry about it. Just, you know, I guess kind of monitor it, let her know if it progresses to something more. So anyways, that's what I've been doing. It does it, I think, more at nighttime for some reason. So especially like when I'm getting in the bed or getting ready for bed, it'll do it. And I'll just do like this number, and then it's back to its normal color. I don't know, it's weird. Anyways, I don't know if any of you have experienced that in pregnancy or not, but it was a new one for me. I'd never heard of it before. So anyways, nothing to be alarmed about, people. And I think now, like, my tiredness has picked back up too. That's another sign of this week. Now granted, this week was our first full 5-day work week in since 2 weeks, because last week we had Martin Luther King Day and then Snow Ice Day. So I was able to get ample amount of rest with Paisley being home, not getting up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, getting her to school. You know, I got continual rest instead of chopped up rest. And we really weren't doing anything during the day while we were home. But this week was our first week, well, second full week, back in the swing of things since the new year. So I have been a lot more tired. And with this growing belly that now moves, listen, when I laugh, now I look like Santa Claus or some you know, huge gutted old man who, when they laugh, their stomach jiggles up and down. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Anyways, it is the most hilarious thing. But this thing, and I know it's only gonna get bigger before it gets better. So anyways, it's getting harder to put on shoes. Just earlier this evening, I bent over when I was sitting on the couch. Apparently I don't need to be doing that because I hurt myself. I'm bending over. I was leaned over my leg. Don't need to be doing that. Belly between legs, not on top of leg. Another thing we did this week was we booked our newborn session. I know it's kind of hard to book a newborn session because you really don't know when the child is coming, but I got in contact with the photographer that I really wanted to shoot our newborn photos, and actually it's the same photographer who did our engagement photos and our wedding photos. So she is just fantastic, and our engagement photos were beautiful. It was very unnatural process because she was like, just talk amongst yourselves and look at each other and just pretend I'm not here. But those turned out to be some of the best pictures. And then of course our wedding day pictures were fantastic, and she and her husband came and did our wedding photos. We didn't have a wedding coordinator for the day, which was perfectly fine because she and her husband basically took control and told us what we needed to do when we needed to do it. We did most of our pictures before the ceremony. Daniel and I saw each other before the ceremony, which I highly recommend. And they were just some of the best photos. And we haven't had professional photos done since our wedding. And I really felt like we could have saved some money by using a different photographer, but the uncertainty of the photographer's personality coming into our home, quality of the photos, how are the poses going to look, all that stuff. I just know from experience working with our engagement wedding photographer the type of work that she does. She's just fantastic, and I always recommend her to people here in the Birmingham area. So if you are in the Birmingham area, shoot us an email, DanielleandLeslieTodd@gmail.com, and I will give you her information, her website, and she's really, really good, like really good. So I'm really excited about that, like super excited about those pictures and how they're gonna turn out. So this will be our first professional pictures done of us, me and Daniel, plus our 2 children since our wedding. So, I mean, we'll be cherishing these pictures for a long time to come. Another thing that we did today was we registered, and that was a fun experience. If you haven't seen that vlog, make sure you check it out. I'll link it above so you don't want to miss that fun and excitement from the day. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of baby stuff out there, and knowing what you'll need, when you'll need it, if you need it, is a huge thing that you have to like actually think about. Like, am I going to need this? Will the baby need this? And then if we get it, what if he doesn't use it? Can we return it? So our registry may look a little different than some people, first time biological kid parents, but you know, we have some of the stuff already from Paisley. Not a whole lot, but some stuff. We are inheriting a few things from my sister and brother-in-law because they have small children and they won't need that stuff anymore. And then we actually have bought a few things here and there, especially around Black Friday when there were such good deals. We just went ahead and bought a few things to go ahead and take advantage of some of the good sales. So we do have a couple of things already that we bought ourselves. Our registries are still a work in progress. We're still researching about bottles. Holy manoli, bottles. Let me tell you something. Before you go do a registry, please have some idea of what type of bottle you would want your child to have, because there are a lot of bottles out there. And here's the thing too. How are you going to know if your child likes that bottle or not? Like, you could register for a bottle, and then number 1, your child may not even like it. Number 2, your child may not even like bottles at all. What a waste of money. So anyways, then the second thing we're still researching about is car seats. We are inheriting infant car seats and a stroller from my sister and brother-in-law, but that will only take him up to 30 pounds. So we are wanting to look at car seats after the infancy stage. So we've got to research that. Granted, we just sold 2 perfectly good car seats that could work for the next stage in life. But at the time, we did not realize that we would be having a child biologically. We thought our next child would be adopted, and we didn't know with the expiration dates of car seats these days if we would actually have the child here in the house before the car seat expiration expired. So yeah, but that's okay because they're not sitting in the house collecting dust. We went and sold them both, so that's fun. But anyways, yeah, registering, kind of a stressful time and extremely tiring. Here's the thing, if you're having baby registry, can you have like stations of rest time with a snack and a bottle of water for the mothers? Because that's a lot of walking, especially if you are starting from scratch. It's a lot of walking, a lot of time consuming. We need bathroom breaks, we need snack breaks, we need sit down breaks. So just a suggestion to those stores out there with baby registries. And something else that has been going on for probably a few months now is when I sneeze, like right here in this area, it hurts like really bad. So anyways, I'm trying like a new way of sneezing so that way it doesn't hurt as bad. Oh, and speaking of stomachs, it's getting a little hard. It's getting harder. I know everything's shifting up to make room. There's not a lot of room in there, people, so it's only getting bigger from here. I know I've already said that, but it is. Something else too, whenever I eat, like I'm starting to drop food on myself. So like, do they make pregnancy bibs? Because I feel like they need to, because if I'm drinking, you know, it's missing my mouth. No matter if I'm drinking through a straw or not, I'm missing my mouth. And, you know, like I'm dropping food on the floor before it even makes it to my mouth. And along the way, it grazes by my stomach. Because, I mean, it's getting out there, people. Anyways, that's just, you know, I thought pregnancy bibs. I mean, old men have them sometimes. The plastic bibs. I mean, that would work. Just disposable. Like when you go out to eat at a restaurant, just, you know, have like a bib for the pregnant ladies. That's it. I guess that's all for today on my pregnancy update. I really don't have much else to talk about. Again, you know, I'm still pregnant. I'm still hormonal. I'm still rude and sensitive. I'm still tired. I'm still hungry. You know, I'm still all those things I was before. And then now I just have a finger problem. And I've got this earache going on with my stomach that's now growing. It's getting hard for me to like get up and sit up, but it feels so good to sit down. Let me just tell you, being pregnant and sitting down, you just never knew how relaxing it is to sit down than when you're pregnant. And I feel like as the pregnancy goes on, the more and more I will enjoy sitting down. So that's why in every other vlog you've seen me in, at home especially, I'm lounging in my recliner because guess what? It feels fantastic.
Look, you finally finished getting ready. How do you feel?
Tired. All you ladies out there who have been pregnant before know exactly what I'm talking about. And you were saying, preach. And I will preach it. Anyways, thank you for stopping by, spending this time with me. And I have enjoyed our time together again this week, and I look forward to our time together next week as baby Todd continues to grow and grow and grow, and I continue to grow with him as well, and my hormones continue to do what they do. But anyways, I hope y'all have a blessed week, and thank you so much for watching, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button, because I don't want you to miss out on the birth of baby Henry. But we have a lot of other stuff to get to before he gets here. But y'all have a great day and a blessed week, and talk to y'all soon. Bye y'all.